Good evening, everybody. It is 6 p.m. on the 19th of March, 2025. Not really, it's actually 4:15 p.m. because I can't actually do this live if you were hoping for me to do it live because I've got another meeting at 6, so I've recorded this 2 hours earlier. And I do apologize about the light situation. I've moved offices today and the backlights caused me some issues, so I've got this thing attempting to work and help, but I don't think it does. Anyway, let's dive straight into the AMA. So I've put all the questions up for the team and ones that I can answer myself, and we'll go through them one by one. Before I do, just to sort of give you an update on where things are in general, because I know we've had some new additions lately with Daredevil and Cameron sort of heading the Vulcan Studios department. I know VulcanVerse is really doing well right now. I think it's our highest numbers we've ever had in there. Still nothing compared to sort of Web 2 games, but I think the chests and sort of the extra building and quests going on has been a great move for it. But as I was talking to the team yesterday, we had a big meeting about all the games last night, and there's 3 massive things coming for VulcanVerse, which I think really is going to turn it into a sort of Web 2 competitor. First of all is the FTUI, the first-time user experience, which Cameron and Daredevil are working on to allow people to sort of understand what the hell they're doing in the game. Because right now, it's just, unless you know what's going on, you're just dumped into this sandbox environment and just sort of required to sort of guess what's happening. So yeah, with this whole FTUI thing coming in, with sort of we've got a trailer being made and your purpose of serving the gods and this whole storyline that Cameron's written out, that'll be very good. Also, you can play without land, which is great for users who obviously don't own land. And also now that Epic Game Store does allow crypto games and Web3 games, VulcanVerse will put that there to sort of get some more people in. And also in-game, obviously the big things coming are the Royale and Tartarus being integrated. So you can start playing those sort of Battle Royale games you have in Vulcan Royale in VulcanVerse, as well as Tartarus is becoming a dungeon within the game. So that combined with the avatar system, which is coming to place where you can equip yourself with new skins, get an axe, get a bow, get a sword, get a helmet, all the items you've had before, the Spear of Achilles, the Shield of Achilles, that will be able to be used in like the PvE fights versus Vulcanites inland, the Royale game, the Tartarus game. It just allows it to be, more fun, more enjoyable. And we've slowly got there. It's taken 4 years to kind of get it into like a real sort of good game. So I'm excited about it. The other one was Berserk. The next update is coming on the 1st of April. It's taken a couple of months for the new team to sort of get used to the code because, it's a tricky game. It's basically sort of, a version of Hearthstone, and to sort of understand the code of that has been sort of a little bit tricky for them. So we've given them some time to do that. And the first sort of, update is coming in 10 days. So that's exciting. And then we'll sort of do a new tournament. And the update is going to come with like a tutorial, first-time user experience, etc. And again, that's what Cameron's going to be working on in terms of getting the lore across all the games, kind of make it a Vulcan Forge universe. Metascapes and tower defense. So I had a conversation with the team yesterday. So Metascapes we did put onto the Steam, and I would say, to be honest, now you've got gaming AI, and now you've got Roblox and Minecraft. It's going to be very hard to sort of market Metascapes as an all-in-one builder like we had sort of ambitions 4 years ago, because we're competing with some really enormous companies, as well as AI gaming now. So we decided we're going to fine-tune Metascapes into like a meta ball game, so it's solely going to be shooting with the paintball. That way we can design our own maps. And it's very much like, you can earn by playing. So you pay an entry fee to go into the paintball arena. You equip yourself with a sort of paintball guns, ammo, NFTs, skins, and we sort of focus on that one element because shooters are very, very popular. And having it sort of Web3 where you can sort of buy your own skins and weapons and stuff and focus on metaball only is going to be far easier for all of us. And I think it's going to really hit a good niche. Tower defense was put on hold because we had to move teams on that. We weren't really sure where it's going. But from what I understood last night in the conversation I had with the team is, I saw their plans for it. And they presented me a whole document to try and get a green light on the budget to sort of push that forward. And they agree that, let's focus on the Web 2 of tower defense. There was some sort of low-hanging fruit we can tackle there. For example, changing the sort of just Vulcanites look to more like Vulcanite heroes. So instead of like the rat, you have the rat lord. So a lot more sort of cosmetically appealing in order to make in-game purchases. So I told the team to sort of don't focus on Web3 tower defense right now. Get tower defense like a really good Web2 game, and then once we bring the users in, then we can tie on that whole Web 2.5 stuff on top of it, where if you own the NFT, you can get part of the revenue. So yeah, that's a bit update where the games are. Anyway, let me dive into the AMA because I know we've got a lot. So I haven't got the names here. I've got the questions here. So are you planning to list any tokens on more exchanges? So I guess that's Peer, Ellie, V, Ryan. Well, Peer is on the best exchanges already. It's already on Coinbase and Binance and KuCoin. So I think we're okay there. Actually, Ellie and Ryan, WN, are being launched on a new exchange next week, actually. So it's good timing for that. It's quite a relatively new exchange, but it's doing quite well, top 20 volumes. Other than that, no, not really. I mean, V is going to be sort of based on Vulcan X, I suppose. If exchanges want to list V after, that's on them. But really, we want to sort of keep that sort of in the ecosystem itself. I mean, if the volume is good enough, then exchanges list it. I mean, as I said, it's a very, very hard market for any tokens to be listed anywhere right now. So it was quite good for us just to even get Elysium integrated during this bear market. But things look brighter if I look in the market today. Can you give us the approximate numbers of LE burns from chests and land upgrades? I think it's 20, 30 million. I think someone I think it's more than that, put a tweet up about it today. And I know there's talk of burning 100 million and the other 5 million. So yes, I see the answer here. 67 million needs to be burned from all the staking and stuff. So yeah, absolutely. I think the reason I didn't tell the team to do it was because we needed the address where it would show up on the visualizer. But as far as I know, that address is now being sorted out, and I just wanted people to see it on the visualizer being burned. So I'll ask the team to burn it if they can. Well, they can, and we'll see if we can see it on the visualizer. I really wanted the LE burn visualizers to be like those fireworks we saw later before with another chain. What's the approximate ETA for having VulcanVerse on mobile? So first we're going to optimize VV. So I'm just reading what I've got here. Okay, so we want to sort of make sure VV VulcanVerse is optimized on the PC first, and we've got so many good features coming to VV. Then we're going to put it onto the mobile. So it says 8 months here, but who knows? Maybe if we get the other features out earlier, then maybe we can put it on sooner. But you know, really, I want to get these sort of good fighting combat systems out, the PvP, the PvE, Charters Royale, all that kind of stuff before we think about moving to mobile on that. And we've got some other mobile games coming in with Tower Defense and Vulcan Run are still chugging along in the background. Are you planning to do a trading app for VX? Yeah, Vulcan X is planned, but it will come after the release of the exchange on the web. Will XP play any part in Vulcan X? It possibly can. I mean, it's all about points on Vulcan X. So the more you trade and the more challenges you do, the more points you get on Vulcan X. Now, obviously, the more points you get, the more of that 20% fees you get yourself. So, for example, you don't need to hold any V. You could just sort of get as many points as possible and get some of that 20% revenue. Of course, if you hold V and get the XP, the points on the exchange, then it's like a combination. I was thinking about sort of combining the VPC, the Vulcan player card, with the exchange. We'll see how that goes, because my concern is when you're dealing with real money and people are sort of farming games where you can't really sort of close if there's a cheat hole or something, you know, and people sort of farm XP illegally and then use that on an exchange where real money's involved, it might be a bit of a problem, but we'll do our best to do that. I think it's a great idea. Imagine playing VulcanVerse to get more fees from Vulcan X. So what's the marketing plan for VX, volume, peer? Okay, so let's talk about Vulcan X. So Vulcan X is on track still this month to be launched. You'll be able to register your account. We're going to be setting up an amazing referral system. So I don't know if you remember when Binance was launched years ago, they had an incredible referral system where if someone signs up using your code, you get like a percent of their trading fees forever. And they get a percentage of the equivalent fees from the exchange or something like that. You both benefit. So the first key is to get as many users as possible. You'll be able to deposit funds, sign up, get your referral links and sorted. Now, I know you all want to know when's the trading going to start. Ideally, it will start this month, but there are some legal things which are still waiting, and I just can't rush them. we've got to sort of see when we get the green light on that. I don't want to say what we're waiting for and how we're waiting for or when we're going to waiting for, but on the technical side, everything's ready to go, except for the games. The games like the Olympian leaderboards, the Titans of Trade, these kind of things. These games are relatively easy to sort of put into the tech, but I wouldn't say trading is 100% going to launch this month. You never know, we might be surprised, but we have got a couple of legal things we're waiting for there. How do we ensure enough volume on coin pairs? Any market makers lined up? We do have we have 2 or 3 market makers lined up, especially for the Bitcoin USDT pair, especially the peer pair. Obviously, the incentive to trade on Vulcan X is very, very high, so that sort of writes itself in terms of liquidity and volume. Tokens that want to list do have to have a market maker, do have to get X amount of volume. Pretty much similar to the process for other exchanges we're going to be following. And of course, to list, you have to burn a certain amount of ELI. So everything's still in play there. How will you ensure the peer buybacks are real time? Yep. So as I said before, they will be automated. If there's enough liquidity on the peer USDT pair on Vulcan X, and I don't see why there wouldn't be, seeing that's sort of the native exchange, then you'll literally see every trade will be building up the peer buyback on Vulcan X, and we're going to have a big counter on the front page where you can see the peer being bought back automatically. Now, if there isn't enough liquidity on the Vulcan X to start with, then we'll have to do that in batches and update it as it goes. But obviously, the ultimate goal is to do it in real time. Which stable coins will be available on VX? So USDC, because USDT, I'm pretty sure, is being discontinued in Europe. So it'll be USDC and other stable coins. But I talk to the legal team about that because they know more kind of stuff. How many pairs by the end of the year? More than 20 pairs, I would have thought. Ones which will have easy liquidity and arbitrage, bots can quickly come in and use quite easily. What we don't want is just like list 2,000 pairs with no liquidity, and it's just, like one of those bottom 100 exchanges. We want to sort of do it one by one, make sure those tokens that are listing do have the correct liquidity behind them, and we go from there. So what else? Does only ELI pair count for the first V airdrop? Yes, only ELI pair. Will all tokens on Vulcan X be paired with ELI pair? No. This isn't like an exchange where, no, the answer is no. Really, so the only way peer and ELI come into play is ELI has to be bought and burned by token listing, and peer can be locked in order to get V out. Or you can, the fees are used to buy PYR back. It's more of a flywheel than actually sort of trading with peer. I don't see any plus signs of trading with peer. I think it's going to cause more sell pressure than buy pressure. Which pairs initially did that one? When and where is Vulcan 5? It's still 14th of June, Saturday, 14th of June in Athens. We don't have a venue, but just get your ticket in for the 13th, coming 15th. Don't expect anything extravagant like the last Greek one or the London one, because, this market has been brutal and we're not really in a space to sort of splurge loads of funds on insane conference. But you never know. The markets might give us a surprise soon. Will Vulcan be live streamed? Yeah, we'll have a live stream of it no matter where it is. Will Elysium still be a green chain? Not really. I mean, it was kind of nice idea at the beginning, and we did have that connection with tree planting. What was it? Chorus, a tree planting company, but that sort of went tits up really, and sort of I don't think it's been a focus. So no, it's not green. We should take that off the website. It was a nice sort of marketing angle at the time, and I like the idea of it, but we're not really planting any trees, so there's no point in calling ourselves green. Is Jogo Studio still active? They've delayed their plans for now. I know they wanted to do a fundraise, but this is no market to sort of do any ICOs or anything like that yet. Can you clarify what a beta version of an exchange is? So yeah, Vulcan X beta means it's just with the philosophers and community testers, so they get to use it first. I presume with dummy figures, not actual money, because we can't actually open the actual trading until we get the final license through. Of course, as I said, you can do deposits, set up your account, get your referral sorted, and but in terms of actual trading, we're still waiting on that. Will there be a mobile app of Vulcan X at launch? No, but there will be one. It's in the roadmap already, and it will be coming after the web version. NFTs on Agora. Yeah, there's already a builder. Oh, there's a builder on the roadmap coming for that, an NFT studio. Are backpack NFTs still planned? This protocol is already in place on Elysium for backpack NFTs. We'll add it to the NFT studio for the community. In fact, we're going to be using the backpack NFT for the avatars in VulcanVerse. So basically, your avatar has sort of a sword, shield, helmet, all that kind of stuff, and that's perfectly suitable for a backpack NFT. So we will be using that, and we do have the technology done for it already. Oh, I'm getting through these quite quickly. Agora and Guild Tools. Can we have the old style auction on Agora back with bidding, blah, blah, blah? It's already done, completed, and being released in April. Can we have an update on Guild Tools? What's being worked on? Guild functionality is currently in development. We expect the guilds will be able to build their own guild halls, participate in guild activities, and compete on leaderboards. There are also additional features planned, which the development team will reveal step by step, with VR and Tartarus, Vulcan Royale and Tartarus merging into VV, we know that. This integration opens up new possibilities for the guild system, allowing far more engaging dynamic gameplay. So answer is yes. I know they're going to be trickling out the features of VV very soon in terms of what's coming, but really the focus is now the first time user experience and getting Royale and Tartarus in game to make it much more active. Will the plot rental system allow Sedalians to rent multiple plots to offer building services to large landowners? We're actively discussing this. The ability to rent multiple plots is essential, but the key question is whether it will be managed through Sedalian mechanics, guild mechanics, or a combination of both. Right now, we're leaning towards both options, but since this decision impacts in-game economy, we're approaching it carefully to ensure balance and sustainability. So there's your answer. Okay, Berserk, I've already told you about that. Okay, minting your own models. I love the idea. It's just, it involves a lot of sort of strict guidelines and artistic style. Like not everyone will be able to create an asset which will fit in VulcanVerse. I mean, it's something we could do, but I think you can understand how that would be a little bit tricky, sort of integrate into the game. That would have been perfect for Metascapes, but I don't think sort of Metascapes had that appeal that we wanted it to. But once they enter Metaball, maybe you can create your own guns and such. But yeah, on hold for now. VulcanVerse gods and Tartarus items. When will level 3 for gods be enabled? Based on the current contribution level, Temple level 3 will be enabled in the next 2 weeks. So level 3 Temple will be coming the next 2 weeks. Dionysius just came up to me. He said he wants some more incentive for level 3 gods. I think we're going to be adding to the staking rewards with the gods for level 3 to give you more reason to burn your materials. But watch the space for that. So yeah, in the next 2 weeks. Will high level gods be able to cover more plots for staking? Absolutely. Yes, we confirmed that today. That's correct. That's going to sort of motivate you to get your gods leveled up and use the temple. Will the Tartarus items come from chests being usable in VV via the avatar page? Some of the Tartarus items might not be directly usable via the avatar page. However, as we merge them both, our goal is to make all the items accessible. So yeah, I guess I think we just need to get the basics in, really. Get the first version of Tartarus in, and then it's just NFT mania, because you can have anything that can be tokenized. And that's what I'm really excited about. Anything involving combat and NFTs is just going to be superb for all the users. My Forge and token utility. Are gems coming back? I don't know. I didn't get an answer for that. What happens to the peer that's brought back? Well, it's locked and sort of used for future staking rewards. So that's up to you if you want to hold out the 4 years for the staking, because if Vulcan X does well enough and enough peer is brought back from the fees, and we start dripping V from the land staking pool, and we've got the Elysium pool as well from the buybacks, then staking might become quite fruitful. Again, it's a decision you have to make, and I guess maybe just see how the market does. But staking rewards. What happens when the current staking plan ends in a year? Well, just talked about that. We are going to extend it 1 more year. At least. What we're going to do it with remains to be seen. If we've managed to sort of get a lot of peer bought back from the exchange, or Eddie does well, or lots of sales are made. I think the Vulcan X did really well recently, or maybe people go ham and buy a load of weapon NFTs, then yeah, we can absolutely extend it. But yeah, it depends how I guess all the sales do for the rest of the year. Can we add a filter? No, we can't add a filter. Tartarus items aren't sellable on Agora. When will they be? We'll get that looked at. coupons for Pierre and Ryan cannot be redeemed. It'll be redeemed this week. We'll get that fixed. How do you tolerate your relentless community that picks apart everything? Well, I love it. I love them being there, and I love being there for them. And we've ridden through ups and downs and sides and lefts and rights and curveballs. There's nothing that can really defeat us. So I'm there for them as they're there for us. What's the plan to bring more projects and games? Well, I know Elysium's got a whole new marketing team now, a whole new growth team, and they're doing their own thing. I think we've 10 times the speed now. It's competing with Solana in terms of speed. I think that needs to be pushed down people's throats a lot. I know we've got 4 or 5 independent projects building on there in different realms. So we've got a RWA, real world asset project going on there. I think there's like a pump fun kind of competitor being built in Elysium. These are all by in-house teams to kind of show how fast the chain is. And I think from that, it should snowball from there. But for new projects right now, it's very, very hard to sort of to launch in this market. But, market looks like it's on its way up again, and we shall see. So, how many new games are planned? What's the price we're aiming for up here? Is the bull market over? Don't know. And last question is, what's the status of the VPC? So that's what we're planning to link VPC on-chain identity as well. So all your user information will be stored decentralized, and your VPC will be packed into it. I wish I had a time for you on that, an exact date, but it won't be too hard to get going. But really, these last few months have just been, I guess, continuing the build consistently, surviving, getting the new employees up to scratch, the new teams with the new code, and really sort of just making sure the games become more enjoyable. And I know you see it with VulcanVerse. I'm incredibly excited about Vulcan X. I think that's just something which is going to blow the whole ecosystem away. And I really want to personally move my focus away from the games and into the exchange more, because that's like a full-time job in itself, and have Cameron and Daredevil take over the Vulcan Studios element of it. But that's to be decided when that's going to happen. For now, it's all good. I hope that answered all your questions. Sorry about the light, and sorry about not doing it live. And for John, much love to you, and happy Wednesday, and peace out.